Today we're going to find the area of a circle. We're going to look at this word problem and analyze it in order to find both the area and the circumference. Well, we can plug in both of our formulas that we know. Area equals pi r squared. Pi times the radius squared. Circumference equals the diameter times pi. Now, when looking at this question, we can see it says the center ice spot on a hockey rink is a circle with a 15-foot radius. Radius, not diameter, but radius. What is the area and circumference of the center ice spot? Well, we know the alternate formula for circumference is 2 times pi times r, 2 pi r, when we have the radius. So in this problem, we can do each step one at a time. So let's first find the area. And let's go ahead and put this in terms of pi. So we just plug in 15 for the radius. Area equals pi times 15 squared. Then we, of course, multiply 15 by 15. Remember, 15 squared is not 15 times 2. It's 15 times 15. Which would give us 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 1 plus 2 is 7. Hold my spot, and we have 5 times 1 and 1 times 1. Add it up, and we get 225. So we have an area of 225 pi feet squared. So that's my area. My circumference is going to be, now I plug in 15 again for the radius, 2 times pi times 15. Combine 15 and 2. Now this time I'm not multiplying 15 times 15, I'm multiplying 15 times 2. So I have C equals 15 times 2, which is 30 pi feet, and it's not square feet, it's just feet. Now if we need to estimate the area, we can plug in 3.14 for pi. So now we're going to estimate for pi, starting with area. Instead of pi, we're going to estimate 3 14/100ths. So we would have 225 times 3 14/100ths. Well, we can multiply, and we have triple digit multiplication. So let's do that on the next page to give us more space. So we have 225 times 3 14/100ths. So I need to make a note that I have 2 decimal spots. Then I can ignore the decimals. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2 is 10. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. Then I hold my spot with a 0 or an X. I'm going to cross these out so I don't lose my place value. Then I have 1 times 5, which is 5. 2 times 1, 2. And 2 times 1 again, 2. Now I'm going to hold my spot with 2 zeros or X's. And remember, we're in the hundreds place, so I need 2 zeros. So now I'm going to multiply 3 times 5, which is 15. Carry the 1. 3 times 2, which is 6, plus 1 is 7. And 3 times 2, which is 6. Now I can add all my numbers together. 0, 5, 16, 10, and 7. And I need to move my decimal 2 spaces. So my estimated area is going to be 706 and 5/10 or 50/100 feet squared. So that's my area. Now moving on to circumference, again I'm going to substitute my pi, 3 14/14. So I'm going to have 3 14/14 times 30. Again, we'll space ourselves out. So we have 0, of course, times everything is going to be 0. Hold my spot with a 0 or an X. Then we have 4 times 3, which is 12. 3 times 1, 3, plus 1 is 4. And 3 times 3 is 9. Add them together, and I get 9,420. But I need to remember to move my decimal twice. So my circumference is 94.2 feet. And it's not square feet because it's the circumference. So I hope that helps you with your homework.